Nazis. You're gonna lose.
Everyone, you don't like Nazi.
Yeah, he said on day one he wants to be a dictator. He's a criminal.
Soft liberals, bro. Soft liberals, trust me.
Kamala Harris makes me want to vomit, okay?
We want around the world.
Running, he's an idiot running your mouth.
Huge shout out to our friends over at Allegiance Gold for sponsoring this video.
He's a fascist.
He's a fascist.
He's already threatening media outlets if they report on things that he doesn't agree with to take their license away.
Right.
That's fascism.
What was that board that he was talking about assembling to censor the press, the truth and misinformation that Donald Trump proposed?
The Disinformation Governance Board that Donald Trump proposed.
Is that what you're talking about?
Not that in particular, but that would. I'm talking about when he didn't like the way CNN, the way whatchamacallit, 60 Minutes edited some promo piece for Harris. He was like,
they changed her answer to something that wasn't actually her answer.
They always do that in their promo pieces when they're promoting.
What they put on YouTube, you mean?
Coming up. Yeah, what they put on the news, what they watch this interview.
They actually made the edit after the news. They put the edit on YouTube. What do you think about that?
I think a lot of people, including y'all, are going to edit audio and video, and you have the right to do that. It doesn't mean you should get your license taken away.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's a fair criticism, though, isn't it? Would you criticize us if I made an answer? If I asked you a question right now and I displayed your answer that wasn't actually your answer, you would probably have a criticism about that, wouldn't you?
I just assume you're probably going to do it.
No. I think that's a fair assumption, right? Like, why trust anybody? You don't owe me any trust. I don't owe you any trust, you know?
Because his hat.
Why are you supporting Kamala Harris?
He went, you don't even know who I'm supporting. I didn't tell you. Why are you making assumptions?
Well, who are you supporting?
You don't even know. I'll tell you what, Trump was bankrupt 4 times. Okay? He's not a good...
True, that's his
he's
business.
not a...
Learn the law. He wasn't bankrupt.
He was born with a golden...
11. Bankruptcy, so a lot of people, especially Democrats, don't know the law, right? So I'm an attorney, actually. So Chapter 11 bankruptcy is where your business says my debts currently exceed my assets. It's not mansplaining, it's just called knowing. You should do more woman understanding. So how about that?
You haven't even heard me say...
As I was saying, when you declare a company bankrupt, you merely stop your creditors from collecting debts temporarily while you redo your assets.
So yeah,
he actually personally did not go bankrupt. But you, oh boy, classic liberal. She brought up bankruptcy. I said, that's not true. She said, let's talk about election, not bankruptcy. You're the one who brought it up. You brought it up. Now it's not working out, so now it was something else?
I didn't say it wasn't working out, because actually, I don't agree with you. He was bankrupt 4 times. He's not a good businessman.
These are facts. Like, you don't agree this is cement. It doesn't matter. It still is. It's not wood. You don't agree with it, but it doesn't really matter.
That's not actually good reasoning. I'm sorry.
So reasoning is not good reasoning, in your opinion?
You think he's a fascist?
I do.
Yeah. You said okay, because he doesn't like how the media edited that bit. What are your thoughts about Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, this administration, literally the greatest centralizers of power of the federal government in American history? What are your thoughts about that? Bypassing Congress and using OSHA to pursue the vaccine mandates, or get people fired, and or bankrupt businesses that don't comply? That seems wrong. What do you think about that?
I did not have a problem with any of those policies. I live in New York. People were dying of COVID. Dying. My friends died.
How about their Disinformation Governance Board? He mentioned that earlier. He was joking, though. They tried to introduce a Disinformation Governance Board to censor Americans. Is that what a dictator would do?
I do not think that they were acting as dictators. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, he said on day one he wants to be a dictator. Yes. He's a criminal. He's been found guilty of 32 felonies.
So he wants to wheel through executive action on day one like the Biden administration did?
He's been found guilty of being against women, of raping women.
He's never been convicted of rape.
He's a fraud.
No?
He hasn't been convicted of felony,
of
32
tax
felonies.
improprieties? It was 34.
He has 34.
I'm voting for the 34th time convicted
So you're voting
felon.
for a felon?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, we don't like felons.
Hold on.
He went to McDonald's.
We're voting. Do you mind if I say really quick? We're voting against political lawfare. Them targeting Donald Trump, a district attorney running on getting Donald Trump and trying to prosecute him. That's what people are up against.
They didn't go after him. He broke the law.
They literally ran on it. He ran on getting. Alvin Bragg ran on getting Donald Trump.
32 felonies, I'd be locked up.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
Your district attorney would not be campaigning on locking up you specifically because you don't
locked
have a political
up.
incentive
You
to do
would
so.
be locked up. Really?
Your district attorney's campaign literally on not prosecuting actual crime, but prosecuting specifically Donald J. Trump. That is political lawfare. That is what dictators do.
32 felonies, man.
It was 34.
Come on,
It was
guys.
34.
What 34? Thank you.
You don't even know the numbers. You don't even know the numbers.
We don't know the numbers, and we're talking about a paperwork violation here that they connected to campaign finance law. They upgraded it to a felony, where this is a district attorney that has downgraded 40% of felonies to misdemeanors. But Donald Trump, his gets upgraded.
Okay,
Very
listen to
interesting.
this. We have no doubt that he's gonna lose.
Okay.
We have
So
no
why are you
doubt.
out here then?
We have no doubt that he's gonna lose.
Why are you out here then?
Why are you out here?
Because
Why
we're
not?
going to win and we're going to make America great again and we're going to dream big again and it's going to be tremendous. You wouldn't even believe it if you saw it. You wouldn't even believe it if you saw it.
Everyone, you don't like Sanati.
You know, he wants to be a tough guy and it doesn't work out so well for him.
You guys, let's take a few moments to talk about my good friends over at Allegiance Gold. As we close in on the election, it's really no surprise that Donald Trump is gaining support among all Americans, especially the working class. While many Americans are struggling, Biden and Harris continue to attempt to gaslight the American people, saying that the economy has never been better. Well, except for when Kamala says that there are issues, but she'll fix them if you elect her. But we all know that our country is facing challenges. Among those are inflation, rising debt, and rising uncertainty in the markets. There's a reason why so many of you guys watching have invested in gold, because it stands on its own as a beacon of stability, and over the last 5 years, it's almost doubled in value. Allegiance Gold has done things the right way from the beginning, so it's really no coincidence that they've earned the highest trust ratings in the precious metals industry. They have 5 stars with TrustLink and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. Allegiance Gold can protect your IRA or 401k with physical gold and silver, or you can have it delivered securely to your doorstep. And right now, you guys get up to $5,000 in free silver on a qualifying investment when you go to protectwithklug.com or call 866-335-KLUG. Protect your financial future today. Visit protectwithklug.com. That is protectwithklug.com, or call 866-335-KLUG. Let's get back to this video.
Let's ask this lady, who are you supporting? Because I assumed earlier, and perhaps I was wrong, who are you supporting for president? Are you voting at all?
For president.
You're not going to get anything done. This is just.
Well, I'm genuinely asking, but you were just going to joke?
What I would like to know is, I would like you now to tell me, since you're so reasonable and fact-based, I'd like you to tell me about what a good Christian Trump is.
But why is Donald Trump the fascist, the dictator that wants to open up free speech, that wants people to have gun rights? Why is that?
When those people invaded the Capitol and murdered people and beat people and rubbed all over the walls of the Capitol, that's violence. That's not democracy.
Does violence only... Okay, well, first of all, murdered people. There was one person that was killed on January 6th, actually killed. And I agree, it's terrible. But that was Ashley Babbitt shot by an officer inside.
Yeah, and police do kill people, and that's a separate issue that we could discuss.
I see what you're saying here. But to say that political violence is the authoritarian aspect, I mean, you know, the far left groups have rioted a ton, caused tons of damage.
Like that.
In 2020?
Not like that.
There was in January 6th, there was about $1 million worth of damage. Over the summer of 2020, there was about, what was it, a couple $1 billion?
Yes, $2 billion, 36 people killed.
No.
So what do you think about that?
That was completely different.
Those are radical leftists that are getting riled up by the media's lie that police are systemically racist.
I'm not going to talk to you anymore.
Okay.
This is just baiting, and I totally disagree.
It's more of a debate. Okay. Thank you for your time.
Are you a billionaire?
Working harder, not yet, but I'm a millionaire. I'm a millionaire.
For free.
I'm a millionaire. Are you? I'm a millionaire.
Good for you, buddy.
Thank you.
So you want to screw the working class?
Yes, because Kamala Harris's policies are fantastic for the working class.
Hey guys, we're filming a video. What are your thoughts about that guy walking by?
That lady ran away, by the way. Giving the most.
Soft liberals. Soft liberals, bro. Soft liberals. Trust me.
What do we think about this? Love it?
The counter protest?
Yes.
100% love it.
What are your thoughts about Donald Trump visiting Madison Square Garden today?
I don't think Donald Trump should be visiting anywhere but the inside of a prison jail.
Right on. What are your thoughts about this? What are your thoughts about this protest over here, huh?
I mean, everyone is entitled to their own opinion.
Right. That's what the First Amendment's all about. Yep. Welcome.
Yep. Everyone's entitled to their opinion.
We are more on the side of Donald Trump, and we're just coming over here having some good conversations. What do you like about Kamala Harris that makes you want her to be president? Or are we mainly voting against Trump, if you don't mind me asking? Do we like Kamala Harris, or are we voting against Trump? YouTube.com.
No thanks.
What do you think? Racist? Why is he a racist? Thank you for your time.
The economy's getting so rough, they have to draw on like manila folders to make their signs now. They can't. Those are old signs. The new ones, dude, brand inflation.
Not good.
Stop and look at this. The ones that have tried to kill him are his own people, man.
Not true.
It wasn't his own people?
No.
It wasn't his own people?
I have a question. How are you? I used to support him. I used to wear the hat. Sure. Just saying, I'm not a liberal. I'm not a lefty. I'm not woke. Just putting that out there.
Sure. I'm going to hop on your side.
And Kamala Harris makes me want to vomit, okay? So I'm just...
Are you staying out of the race or are you voting for Kamala?
I'm probably just not going to vote.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of Trump Pavilion, South Jamaica, Queens?
No,
Pavilion. Look it up. Nobody gets a bill there. Trump pays for it. Same community. Biden's crime bill put half those people in jail. All right.
So when convenient, they don't. How about the second? What was it? The First Step Act, right? Or
yeah, First Step Act. Yeah.
No one talks about that.
Nobody talks about that. And guess what? He helped Nelson Mandela. Look that one up.
And this is probably going to be one of the least racial elections you'll ever see, because a tremendous number of white liberal women will be voting for Kamala for no other reason than killing the baby they shouldn't have had in a promiscuous relationship in the first place. But a lot of people of color, particularly men, and particularly black and Latino men, will vote for Trump. You're going to see some very unusual results in this election as far as looking at the race of people, because it's not really, it's actually more of a gender election than it is a race one.
You guys, tell me. Are you from New York?
From New York.
Yeah,
Jamaica, Queens.
Okay, so are we? I was just filming in Queens the other day. Are we seeing a major shift towards Trump in New York, in your view, or no?
Look at our neighborhoods. Look at our neighborhoods. Our neighborhoods been looking like that for years. And who's been in power for many years in New York? Democrats.
How can you still vote for this guy after January 6th? And you're going to say, oh, he didn't do anything on January 6th. Yeah, he didn't. He sat on his ass for 2 hours while his own vice president almost got killed.
Yeah.
He didn't call the Situation Room in the White House once. He didn't call up, the FBI, Secret Service, his own vice president. Hey, Mike, are you okay? What can I do to help you? He sat on his ass and did nothing. So after that,
I would argue a lot was.
Say that's effed up at the very least.
Well, one, you're not. I do think he waited too long to make a call for people to disperse. However, that wasn't going to do anything. Here's the thing, though. He did request thousands of National Guard to be there. That was rejected by whoever. Perhaps what's the mayor's name? Bowser. And there was a lot that was done in order to prevent any chaos, and that was completely ignored.
So
Here's the thing, though. Let's listen to his rhetoric, though. Do you mind if I say it really quick? Let's listen to his rhetoric.
You still can't explain those 2 hours. Even if he did everything perfectly up until that point, everything perfectly, let me give him the benefit of the doubt, you still cannot explain those 2 hours where he sat on his ass, and by the way, put out a tweet not asking if Mike Pence is okay, saying Mike Pence let us down, which then riled up the crowd even more. That is psychopathic behavior, man. Even if he did everything right up to that point, and the mayor and the National Guard and all that, even
that could be a fair criticism for sure. The only thing, unless Doyle has something to say about that, but here's the thing: we're up against full-on authoritarianism, anti-individualistic a regime right now that is trying to suppress your freedom of speech, trying to take away gun rights. All of this is much more serious to me than a freaking one riot out of, what was that? Even before that, there was hundreds of riots across the entire country. Nobody cared.
36 people died.
36 people died.
DOJ doesn't launch an investigation. They launch one after J6.
You mean the BLM riots?
I'm talking about radical leftist rioting. Absolutely.
For sure.
So
but
look,
two wrongs don't make a right.
I see what you're saying, right? But I'm just saying, in full context, yeah, perhaps I could criticize that. But when I look at what we're up against, the whole picture, it's not even close to a challenging decision for me. You can say, okay, look, I don't like what he did here. I don't like what he did here. Fair. But when it comes to what he stands for, Elon Musk, what he stands for when it comes to protecting free speech, RFK Jr. joining the team and supporting RFK in his mission to make America healthy again, all of that far supersedes any little criticism that I would have of Donald Trump personally. What do you think, Doyle?
I think that's absolutely correct. I mean, if I'm trying to vote for who I think is going to be a better approximation of what I want the world to look like, I'm not thrilled with the way January 6th went. I wasn't there that day because I thought it was going to be a weird situation. But ultimately, I mean, I'm thinking about 2024 and the rest of my life, and that's one day, and it doesn't really outweigh everything else.
Bottom line is this: you just, setting aside what you believe about politics, right? You have to, and there's a saying about this. never make your vote ungettable, and never make your vote for granted, right? People in New York, there's no reason to give, if you're a Democrat, why give people in New York anything? They're gonna vote for you anyway. So there's no, like, your vote is not in play. I'm Jewish, I tell people, like, even if you don't agree with Trump, just think about it, because you don't wanna make, if Democrats, Jews vote Democrat, and then they're surprised when they don't get what they want. Well, it's because your vote isn't in play. So why would Republicans offer you anything? And frankly, why would Democrats? Your vote's not in play. So you always want to make your vote in play, because otherwise, why would anyone offer you much of anything?
You can say the same thing about black people.
Correct.
Our vote is never on play.
Put your vote in play.
Never.
Put your vote in play.
Yeah.
At least, even if you want to vote Democrat, make them bid for it. Make them give you something. They're getting it for free.
It's actually about time.
Yeah.
About time.
I would say to black people the same thing I would say to a girl who's in a 6-year relationship. You're giving it to him for free. Why would he put a ring on it? Same thing here. Why would they give you anything? Just they keep promising you, it never gets better.
Can I just ask one more question before you go? Okay, how do you then explain and how do you rationalize his own vice president, his own secretary of defense, national security advisor, chief of staff, the people that worked closely with him, and not just liberals, woke liberals, like, you know, conservative people who work closely with him who are like, this guy's crazy and he's dangerous.
Well, a lot of the people saying that are people that he fired, and I think many of us would argue that a lot of these people are just establishment, right? They don't actually care about his populist movement, his America First movement. A lot of these people are war hawks. A lot of them are, you know, they'll basically just go with whatever the establishment wants them to do instead of actually doing what's right.
He recently even admitted on the Joe Rogan podcast, he said, I did make a mistake, and my mistake was I hired so many people who were misaligned with my vision. That was a mistake on my part. So he does understand where he does, you know, things incorrectly.
Well, we have a difference of opinion, but at least we're talking, and I think that's a good thing for the country.
You're obviously, I mean, this is,
people to talk.
You're obviously correct. I mean, that is exactly what we need to be doing. Who's going to achieve peace in the Middle East? Oh, I'm sorry.
Jill Stein.
Jill Stein?
But she's not going to win.
She's going to get more people on, she's going to get more votes on the ballot, so she can be able to be in the debates and everything else next time. So whether or not she wins, it doesn't matter.
4 more years of genocide then is worth it?
No, it's not 4 more years of genocide.
For her to get in the debates you're talking about in 2028, that'd be 4 years from now, no?
You're going to stop genocide before then.
Because I see your plan, actually.
Which genocide are we talking about?
Talk to this guy again.
You mean the Ukrainian genocide or the Palestinian genocide?
Oh, so you're saying that when you kill half of the people you kill in a city are soldiers, that's a genocide. When you kill less than 2% of a population, that's genocide? That means that if you use raid in your apartment on a cockroach, that's genocide of New York's cockroach population. By your metric, that's the same thing.
Ma'am, any thoughts?
Keep running, lady. Genocide. I know what that word means.
She's
anti-Semitic. Your thoughts?
You don't know what that word means. Just a moron.
Oh, really?
Yes, really.
Let's take it easy.
Equality from the river to the sea. Instead of an apartheid settler colonial state. Yeah, apartheid.
What does apartheid mean? Tell me what apartheid.
Oh,
you don't know.
You guys think they're so superior.
What does apartheid mean? Tell me what apartheid means.
That a different set of laws for 2 different people.
They actually don't. Let me tell you. Let me ask you this. Why do Arabs get to vote in Israel, but there are no Arabs voting in Arab countries?
They don't treat them equally.
Arabs
Equal
vote.
rights for all.
Actually, yes. Did you know that there are multiple anti-Israel parties?
Around the world.
You're an idiot running your mouth. Do you have any kids? Do you have any kids? Childless women past 40, this is what you get. This is what happens.
Have you guys always been more conservative or registered Democrats? What about you?
I've been following Democrat.
You're an independent? And then you're a what?
I've been following Democrat until I sat down. This was during COVID. I sat down and I read. I did the facts. I read the facts. All you have to do is read the facts. Once you read the facts, you'll find the truth. Half these people out here don't want to read the facts.
You guys from New York?
I'm from here.
I live my whole life out here.
Right on. What makes you want to support Donald Trump?
Because he's the man. He's going to fix the damn economy. Something that nobody else on Capitol Hill is doing.
How do you feel about the last 3.5 years under Biden and Kamala? What do you guys think about it?
What 3.5 years? 3.5 centuries of crap, man.
Thank you.
These people are going home where they can't pay for their soy grass latte anymore. Like, they're talking about how much they support Kamala, but they can't afford the stuff they love anymore. So what are they winning? Like, they think they're so cool, but they have no money in the bank. Half these people have, you'll see this, like you'll see people on Facebook like, Donald Trump's a fascist. The next post. Can you believe this? I'm 49 years old and I have $900 in my savings account. I'm like, well, Jiminy Willikers, maybe you should have thought of that before you voted, huh? Real genius here. Tell us more about how the country should be run.
Listen, you have no argument from me about the left. I mean, they scare me also. So I guess I tell people I'm politically homeless right now, and I'm from New York, though, so my vote doesn't really.
Well, hold on.
Make much of a
Doyle,
difference.
do you want to try and make a pitch to him to get him to vote? You want to hear a pitch or no?
Sure.
I guess I would just say that, you know, the only way that we can really influence the political process is by casting a vote. And so even if you don't feel represented by either party, by you not voting, one of those parties now has, however marginally, an easier way of getting into power. So even if you're not in love with what Trump is doing, you do help, even if only a little bit, the Democrats get into power if you withhold your vote.
What are your thoughts, man?
I'm going to vote Republican down ballot for sure. Just probably going to leave the top.
Do you have any of whatever you took left over? Can we just like maybe go around the back of a car or something? I can get a bump of it or no?
This is a silly white man.
Pretty crazy stuff, huh? Yeah, pretty crazy stuff. All right, everyone, that is it for today. So you guys, we had some pretty interesting conversations. John, how do you think the conversations went today?
I think we flipped Madison Square Garden red, and Trump's going to take it. We are officially in MAGA country, New York City, and we had a great time doing it.
So true. If people want to follow you and support your work, where can they go?
It's absolutely crucial. Go to youtube.com/John Doyle, where you can look at that. What did I just say? We are in MAGA country. You want to be like that guy? Look how handsome and smart that guy is. All you have to do is watch my content. You'll be just like him.
Are we done?
Yeah, okay. Bye.
All right. Everything he said is incredibly true. You guys, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe for more videos and hit that bell notification button so you're notified next time I post. I'll catch you all in the next video. Right on. Thank you for your time. She's just kind of like a Kanye. She's just like, I'm going Kanye. She's literally too cool for me.